Hey guys. So I'm gonna get you posted up in my new Gorilla Pod. Yes. I really just want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. But I might have to put you on a different platform if you guys can't see everything, which happens sometimes. But hey guys, I'm at my store, Face Cafe Fayetteville, which is here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I'm gonna be packing because I have to travel this upcoming tomorrow. So, hey Reggie. I'm about to start packing up my station, which is everything in my station. My eyeshadow palettes, brushes, and all things of that sort. My sponges are over here drying. They should be dry from yesterday. And I'm probably just gonna pull this chair over here. So lately I've gotten this Gorilla Pod, which is what my phone is on now. And it's just been able to like help me prop my phone up everywhere. So when I pack in my lovely Face Cafe Glamour travel bag. And I got this bag from Global Tresses online. And she sells all types of branding equipment, all types of branding things. That look like a kidnapped man. And it's black. I'm sorry, y'all, but I be paranoid. So, I'm going to scoot you guys back here. And we're going to see. Yes, you guys can see. Tilt it up just a little bit. And I got my new blazer on today. By the way, it says Face Cafe. And let me lock this door. I always keep my door locked because people are weird, okay? So first things first, when I'm packing, my bag has two different sections. It has a top section and a bottom. The bottom section is flat. So, of course, I put all of my flat products down there, like my palettes or anything that holds anything that's flat. I always keep smaller bags inside of my traveling bag so that I know where all my things go. And then these are for my dirty brushes, which is why they are dirty. So whenever I'm working and I have dirty brushes, I just drop my brushes in here, seal up the bag like this, and then I go on about my business. So first, I always like to do my eyeshadow palettes that go at the bottom. So tomorrow I'll be traveling to Charlotte to work with a hairstylist down there, and she'll be doing a promo shoot for her hairline. So the theme is we're gonna do natural looks. So of course I want to bring my natural Face Cafe palettes. And my Juvia's Place palettes and my Face Cafe palettes are always my staples that I go to. And then my Morphe, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, because it has neutral tones in it for lighter skin. So these always go at the bottom. And I just kind of sit them in there, like such. Next would be what takes up the biggest space, which is my concealers. So I always keep my concealers in this little bead case, but I took the little bead tubes out. So I used to carry my concealers like this, and then they would sit in here like this. However, I don't use these concealers anymore. Now I am a Morphe girl, and I use all of my Morphe concealers like this. So I just take these and put them directly in the case. So I literally just take these, and I always put my C5s, which are the darker colors, towards the bottom left. And then the C4s on top. Then on the other side is where I start my C1, 2s, and 3s. So this is definitely a C1 because it's very light. So we're gonna put this one on top. These two look the same, which is C425, and it is. So we're just gonna drop that in the drawer. And this is literally how I travel with my concealers. And then this goes in the bottom of my bag. And for some, dang guys, what, I would have cracked my phone. Jeez Louise, Gorilla Pod, you gotta do better. So, sometimes I put eyeshadow palettes on top of this case, and then sometimes I don't. But I usually like to put eyeshadow palettes on top because for some reason my clasp doesn't close all the way anymore because this little piece right here has broken off. So when I lay it down flat at the bottom, I like to put my contour palettes on top. These are my Black Radiance contour palettes right on top this way like this. And then I like to put my Morphe palette underneath. And then the rest of my palettes next to. And then now that those are done, I always like to go back and try to put down my powders, which are my powders like this. And then I always travel with my Anastasia translucent banana powder and my Juvia's Place in Gobi because it's a little darker. Well, it's actually a lot darker, but it's not as yellow as the Topaz banana. And then I sit those there. Now, I used to use the Black Opal pressed powders, but now I use my Flory Roberts pressed powders, and they look like this. But I keep them in a traveling palette like this. So that goes there as well. I can actually move that, like that. And then that's usually all that goes at the bottom. And I'm also going to add my highlighters. So these are the Face Cafe loose highlighters. These are also available on AshleyTheMogul.com, and they are on sale today. Today is going to be last day that they are going to be on sale. And there's two more. There's a gold and a pink, and I do believe that those are at home. So I'm going to take my two and sit them there like so. And then my last three colors of powders there. And that's pretty much it for the bottom. And then I'm going to zip that up. And that completes the bottom portion of my traveling. Now moving to the top. The top section is very open. There's no pockets, no slots, or anything like that. It's literally just open. So I always like to keep everything in a container so that it's easier for me to travel with. So I have my sponges in a container like so. And I'm gonna turn my light down just a little. So these are all of my sponges, all of my triangle sponges. I always keep beauty blenders and Real Technique sponges in there as well. So I'm gonna drop these in there. This one is clean, by the way, guys. It's just stained. And I just drop them in here. And you definitely want to make sure that they're dry all the way before you put them in a closed container, because if not, they can mold. And I sit that down, as well as my brush containers. So my brush containers look like this. They are actually cups that I got from Dollar Tree, and they're also labeled. My camera is so crooked. Still crooked. That's a little better. So my brushes come in containers like this, and they are cleaned. I clean my brushes weekly. Sometimes I clean them directly after an appointment. Well, majority of the time I try to clean them directly after appointment so that they don't pile up. So I just cleaned a few more brushes, and these are my smaller face brushes that go in here, meaning my powder contour brush, highlighter brushes, powder brushes, and that. And I sit those in the back. And then these are my face brushes, meaning my foundation brushes. Now there are a lot more that go in here, but I have to clean them. So I'll definitely be cleaning those and disinfecting them tonight. So once I get my canisters stood up and back, I'm going to show you exactly how that display goes. Then I always keep my smaller brushes in containers like these. Now this is a tin container that I got from the thrift store that I just repurposed, and this is my old logo that I put on the front, and just some glitter and some rhinestones, and it's also labeled. So here is all of my eyeshadow brushes, all of my fluffy eyeshadow brushes and blending brushes. They all go there. So that would be all of my brushes like this. And this. And that's going to be it. And since that one's the largest, it sits at the bottom. Then I have my concealer brushes in a pencil case like this. And those go in there. And it has latches on the side. And then all of my tweezers and scissors, as well as my pencil sharpener, which needs to be emptied, goes in there. So I'm just going to get a Q-tip and clean this out. Because if not, it piles up and then it starts to look nasty. All right, so my pencil sharpener and all of my lash tweezers and scissors go in here. So now that that is set up, it looks like this. So my two brush canisters stand up in the back, and then I keep my other brush canisters up against those so that they don't move or slide when I'm traveling. And then after that, I go through and try to do a mental checklist in my head so that I can remember everything that I added. So that means I've already done my face brushes. I have all of my brushes, and I also have all of my powdered palettes and my powders. Now I have to move forward to my foundations and my face products. Now when it comes to my foundation and my face products, I normally try to minimize my foundations by melting down all of my foundations in here. If you guys want to see a video on how I melt down my foundations and keep them in here, then let me know, comment below, and I'll do a depotting video. And these are all cream sticks, by the way. So I always keep this, and this goes at the bottom with the rest of my palettes. Now I normally only use this palette to color swatch, meaning to check the color of the complexion, and then especially when I'm doing a large party of people. And then I take my original cream sticks and I use these. So I'm going to pack this down. And then I'm also like to travel with all of my liquid cream to liquid foundations, which is by Black Opal. And then I also like to travel with my Morphe foundations. I love my Morphe foundations. They are very matte. They look like this. And then a couple of random color foundations, I guess you could say I have, which would be the Pump by Black Opal, and this is in the shade Warm Almond. This was a new shade. And then my Estee Lauder Double Wear. And as well as my Juvia's Place foundation. So all of these are foundations, and these foundations go up against that lash brush canister. Then I'm going to take my sponges and I'm going to set my sponges in front. So now I just have a corner left in my travel bag. So in that corner, I like to put these two. And in here goes my lip products and my eye products. So in my lip product bag, I already have a travel set of liquid lipsticks by Face Cafe. They be wilding out with these cars in Fayetteville. So this has every color of liquid lipstick that we do carry by the Face Cafe franchise line, except for the red. So the only color I have to add when I travel is the red. So I'm just gonna grab that red, shade number 2, add that to the collection, and my liquid lipsticks are finished. Then I always like to add a clear gloss, a custom gloss that I mix myself, and lip liners. Now when it comes to my lip liners, I kind of use the same liners every time. I always keep a black just in case we do a red, and then I always keep a dark brown and a lighter brown. So a black brown, and then this is light brown. And then I'm gonna add Coffee by Nika K and a red. Red liner and my little nub coffee liners. So that finishes my lip products. Slide that down there. Then we're gonna move on to our eye products. And I keep all my eye products in this tray right here like this. So when I travel, all I really need is mascara, brow gel. I usually like to use a tinted brow gel, but just in case their brows are too thick, I always keep the clear one, and these are by e.l.f. Then I always like to keep a black liquid liner, and this is the Face Cafe liquid liner. And pencil liners. So I'm going to be traveling, and I'm going to use this black. Also going to travel with this white. So I have a black, a white. That black has glitter in it. Gonna take this pink with me, and blue, because you never know when somebody's gonna want blue. And then my colored liquid liners, because you always want to be prepared. And I'm going to take just a couple of glitters. So every glitter that I have is from the J'adore Milan Boutique glitter line, as well as my pigments. So I'm going to try to hold them so I can turn them over. So I have one custom made, well, I have a lot of custom made shades, but majority of them is available on her website, and I will put that link below so that you guys can shop on her website. And I'm trying to get my camera to stay straight because it's so crooked right now. Now, we already discussed the looks that we're going to be doing for this photo shoot, and she did say she wanted to do natural. However, we did say that we were going to do a glitter glam before. So just in case anybody wants to add any glitter, I am going to take a couple of neutral shade glitters So I'm going to take this champagne, which is a custom mix for me. This 14 karat, this is the shade 14 karat by Jiggle Milan Boutique. And I'm going to grab a silver, which is also a chunky fine mix. Then I'm going to grab my fine silver. And I don't believe I have a gold. And matter of fact, I do. Here it is. And I'm going to take this gold. So those will be the only glitters that I travel with. And then I'm also going to add a lash glue and a glitter glue. Now these are all the same types of glue. However, these two are a bit older, so they're a bit more tacky and chunky or clumpy, however you want to say it. And then this one is still has a bit of liquid to it. So this is the one that I use for lashes. And then this is the two that I use for glitters. So I'm going to throw those in there. And that completes that. Now in here is where I keep all of my disposables. So my disposable lip wands and mascara wands. Now the bag is kind of low, so I'm just going to come in and add a couple more. Well, actually a lot more, and even some lip brushes. I actually started using some disposable lip brushes like these, and I love them. And then I'm going to add a couple more spoolies. Just some blue ones. Only because you want to be prepared, because you never know what's going to happen. You could drop some. You can have an incident. You might need more than you expected. So I always like to keep just enough. And then I'm going to slide that in that little pocket as well. So then I always like to come in and do a mental checklist as if I'm doing a full face. So when I do a full face, I always like to start off with the brow products. So that's definitely what I forgot. So I'm going to come back into my eye bag. And I'm going to add brow products. Now, majority of the time I use brow pencils. So I'm going to add my two favorite brow pencils. And then my Face Cafe eyebrow pomades in dark brown and medium brown. And then my Kat Von D brow pomades, as well as a brow powder. And then I'm going to go back to my checklist. So, excuse me, I always like to do brows, eyes. So I have my brow products, I have my eye products, all of my shadows. Then I also have my, I'm just looking and I can see what I missed. So I'm going to try to turn my head. So I always do my brow products. Then I do my eyes, eyeshadow. I have shadow. Then I like to move to lashes. I didn't add any lashes there. So I'm going to come in my lash drawer and I'm going to grab a couple different minks. And then I'm going to add some of my MUA minks, which are the mink packages that we sell to makeup artists to keep in their lash kits. And I'm going to travel with some minks, some natural lashes that come in here like this. And I'm going to see if I should add any more. Check to see how many I have. I always like to have at least 10 pair. So right now I have 5. So I'm just going to come in and add 6, 7, 8. I'm going to come in and add 8 of them. I had left my Starbucks. How could I? And I'm going to add these to my pack. And now I have lashes. I have regular lashes and then I have minks. So I do charge an additional price for minks because minks are of a higher quality. And then the regular lashes, the natural lashes, do come with a full face. So I'm going to add these. And since I will be in Charlotte, I'm going to add just a couple more minks so that if anybody would like to purchase them, that they can still purchase. So I'm going to put those in a different bag. Meaning a satin bag. Well, organza. So I'm going to add these in an organza bag like this. And I'm just going to slide them in there like this. And tonight I'll probably add my logo stickers to them. And then I'm going to take my minks and I'm going to put these at the bottom because I don't want them to get squished or messed up when I travel. So I'm going to add these. There. So I have my lashes. Now the last thing I remember is my primers. This is a holy grail, especially when you're doing photo shoots because it's hot. The lights are beaming. I love my Becca Poreless Forever. What is this? The Poreless Ever Matte Primer. And then I love my Pore Filler by NYX. As you can see, I have two of them. So I'm going to add these. And my finishing sprays. I am out of finishing spray, so I do have to grab another one of those, but I am going to grab my Sephora brush cleaner just in case I need to switch brush colors at any point in time or clean one off really fast, and then my Sephora brush cleaner. So that pretty much wraps up everything. I have all of my face products, meaning I have my foundations, my powders, I have my primers for my eyes, I have my eyeshadow palettes, my eyeshadow brushes, and then I also have my lashes and lash glues. I also have my tweezers, I have my mascara wands, my lip wands for disposables, makeup wipes I'm going to be needing to add because I have to pick some of those up, as well as my finishing spray because I ran out of finishing spray literally like yesterday. Like I was spraying and it was like nothing else is there. And that pretty much sums up everything that I use for my travel kit. The last thing that I would be needing would be this is the Black Opal metal mixing plate. Only because I don't like to work with product on the back of my hand. My nose. You know how I breathe in cold air and it just like burns? Whew, that was that. So that's pretty much everything that I use when I'm traveling. The only thing that I'm looking at that I want to add would be my baked highlighters. I got this one from Five Below, which is actually a favorite. And then this is the hard candy one that I got from Walmart. It's a lot lighter. Jeez, well, looks like I won't be traveling with that one because I just dropped it. So I have to disinfect that in a few. So I'm going to be traveling with the one that I got from Five Below, which is the Dream Glow by Style Essentials. And we're just going to add that. And now I am all packed and ready to go. When I travel, I do use my Glam Core light. I have a Glam Core light that I use for traveling instead of my ring lights. I leave my ring lights in the shop, and then I travel with my Glam Core light. I also have a makeup chair that I travel with, and I can show you guys what that looks like. So my makeup chair basically is a makeup chair like this. It's like a director's chair, and it has my initials on the back, just like it does on my station. So it says ATM right there, and then I also have my initials up there that say ATM. And this chair folds up, and then it goes in a bag that I travel with. But I'm not too sure if I want to travel with this one particularly because it is a bit heavier, or if I would like to travel with the one that I already have at home. So 9 times out of 10, I'm going to travel with this one because it has my initials on it. And then I also have a cape that I use to protect my clients when I'm working. So this was my first original cape that had my first eyelash logo on them like this. And then my other cape has the Face Cafe Fayetteville logo on it. So I won't be traveling with this one. This one I use in case of emergencies. And then I'm going to grab my other one. I just have to wash it first before I travel. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my little live traveling MUA tutorial, I guess you could say. Ugh. Now I just gotta wash brushes and add a couple more things. And I also have to, I always travel with my license when I'm traveling and doing things like that. I always like to bring my license with me. This is my old license, so it is expired. As you can see, it expired in October 1st, 2019. So I did get a new one. I do have a new license, guys, and my license, I will be traveling with my new license. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for tuning in. Peace. Where's the end button? I don't know where the end button is, guys.